This gentle reminder is about the knowledge principle. Know to do. What is a real conversation? Now look, I just want you to know that if you're watching this, it's because you want to improve your results and you want to have better relationships. And at the same time, maybe you want more respect in your life. So what I'm going to tell you about the skills and the process for holding these conversations, you've got to know. You've got to memorize them or internalize. That's a big word for, you got to know it. You got to know what to do. So here's a little principle. We don't know what we know until we do what we know. Only then do we know what we don't know or what we need to know. So let me give you an example. You know that I was a whitewater guide in Grand Canyon years ago. And I remember one afternoon, I'm driving down the river. My boat's 37 feet long by 18 feet wide, and I have a 40 horsepower motor on the back. And I'm motoring along, talking to the people, not watching what I'm doing. And the current grabbed my boat and whoosh, moved me right over against a rock, a big rock. In fact, now the whole river is pushing my boat up against the rock. No matter what I did, I couldn't escape. I was embarrassed. People were kind of freaking out. The boat was sitting there hovering, didn't exactly know what to do. Thank heaven it was a two-boat trip, because my first boat came back upstream, threw me a rope, and I tied it onto the back of the boat. And they headed downstream and whipped me out back into the current. Now, what's that all about? Well, in conversation, you have to have certain tools for for holding the conversation, and you have to have a process for using them. Just like the river, the tools are the boat, the motor, the rope. The process is recognizing where the current is going. So we need water, right? And we need a decline. And we need rocks, because the water running over the rocks is what forms the waves that we want to ride and have a good time on. Conversation's the same way. There's a current to it. You got to recognize where the current's taking you, and you have certain skills, or if you want, tools, for managing and going through that current in a way that will be successful. So, you know there are 4 skills for holding a difficult conversation, and they form the acronym REAL. R is for recognize and suspend. You have to be able to recognize what's going on and suspend your thinking. If you want to make it easy, then it's about being open. Express is just about talking, but you want to express your ideas and viewpoints in such a way that it doesn't create defensiveness in others. You want them to hear what you have to offer. Asking is about asking questions. It's about discovering what's going on with the other person. And finally, the L is for listen and attend. We listen with our ears, but we attend with the rest of us. Those are the tools. Now, the process for using them is initiate, discover, connect, and build. In initiate, we begin. We begin to initiate a conversation, and there's a certain way to do that. Then we ask to discover what's going on and learn as much as we can to deepen our understanding. Then we're into connection, and we summarize to connect. We demonstrate to the person what we've understood, and then ask them to verify if that's accurate. Finally, we plan to build. We want to come up with something that we're going to do differently, that will change behavior, that will lead to our success. So that's what we do. We use the skills, the real skills, in the context of initiate, discover, connect, and build. So here's the thing you need to understand. You got to get in the water and try this out. And when you do it, you're going to fail. But you jump back in and you fail again, and you fail again, and you fail again. The more you fail, the more you're going to learn. The challenge is to fail quicker to improve your success and your learning as you're trying to understand what it is you need to do. Now, I often get asked, well, can you do this on the fly? And you can become the master of the moment. But you have to practice the skills. So that's a lot. So what I would probably do, I absolutely would do this, is just start, what is recognize and suspend? And I would start looking for some skills to use in the book that you're going to do to practice those. Then I'd jump in on expression, and then I'd jump in on asking questions, then I'd jump in on listening and attending. So you want to learn all those skills and practice them consciously every day. The more you practice the skills and the process for using them, the quicker you'll become a master of the moment. Hope that helps. Good luck and have fun. Thanks for listening.